Using your dimension tool, this dim line tool right there, what I want you to do first is to draw in a small square project. So we click on Draw Walls, click on the appropriate profile that you'll be using, click, click. That is your first wall. Now starting with your next wall, we'll click close to the end of our existing wall, just like that. Same thing going all the way around there. Click, click, and click, click for the last option right there. Notice that corner is not sitting correctly, so we'll be using the selection tool to make sure that those snaps are done perfectly. Now to get to the dimensioning tool, I want you to use the tool at the top, click on that. We can dimension this from outside to the outside like this by clicking on the external side of your wall. You can also do the same for the internal dimensions of your wall panels, and also for the center of your wall to the other center right there. You can manually edit these dimensions by making sure you've got your dimension tool activated, then right click on the dimension, clicking on toggle edge moves it from the external to the internal, and you can also toggle it to the center of your wall. Same thing on the opposite end, on the right hand side if you have a look there, same thing. Now, the distance from the starting origin point right there, that is where it starts the dimension. If we move this to be -500 as an example and we click enter, it moves it to the outside of the origin point. Origin point being that 0 point on the wall. We make this 0 and we'll click apply. It moves it to that point. You can also delete the dimension by clicking on this delete button right there and clicking OK. To delete all of the dimensions visible on your screen, make sure you have your dimension tool active, then hit delete on your keyboard. To control these dimensions, their distances across, what we're going to do is we're going to be using the selection tool right there. Select a wall panel, then you can click on a dimension that you've created manually to change the properties or the distances across from wall to wall. This dimension has been measured from the outside of the wall to the other outside of the opposite wall, and we'll be changing this to be 3 meters across, meaning 3000 millimeters. Click OK or hit enter on your keyboard and you'll see these dimensions have changed. Same thing for the vertical. Make sure to click your dimension tool, outside to outside. Use your selection tool, select the wall panel, click the dimension, and we'll make this one 3 meters as well. And we have a perfect square wall panel project. Now I want you to delete this project again. Using Control A, you can select all of the wall panels visible on your project, or you can use the Shift key on your keyboard, holding that button, then click, click, drawing a square over your project, and you can hit delete on your keyboard or use the delete key at the top of your toolbar. Click next to go to the next tutorial.